Hey everybody, Dylan Reich here. I'm going to play something. It's pretty short. And afterwards, I'm going to ask you something about it. So pay attention because there's going to be a test. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. All right. So the question is, how many chords did I just play? Just take your best guess. All right. So the answer is 2. Did you get it right? I played 2 chords. I played a C and I played a D minor. Now you might say, hey, but Dylan, I saw you moving all the way up here and down and up again. It had to be more than 2 chords, right? No, I played 2 chords, but I did play multiple voicings of those chords. And that is what we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's do a little chord voicing 101. So if you already know this stuff, skip over it. But when we're talking about chords, like often when we're starting out, we learn these shapes, like this one, and we're just kind of told that that's a C chord, and we accept it, okay? But what C chord really means is that we're going to play a C note, an E note, and a G note together. Now, when I do this, I have a C, an E, a G, another C, and another E. Right, so I have, let's check it out, 2 C's, 2 E's, 1 G, right? Just a combination of C, E, and G. So this is absolutely a C chord, but that's why it's a C chord. Another one you're probably familiar with might be this, right? Here's a typical power chord shape. Let's check it out. C, G, C, E, G, C. 3 C's, 2 G's, 1 E. So but basically, whenever you hear anybody talk about voicings, what we're talking about is all the different ways you can organize the notes of a chord. So, for example, we could have C, E, G, C, C, G, G, E, G, 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 E, C, whatever, right? Any which way you can dream up putting C, E, and G together. That's a different voicing of the same chord, a C major triad. All right, does that make sense? All right, so that brings us to our topic of the day, spread triads. What are they? Well, we're going to take a triad like this, C, E, G. Let's say this one. Could be any triad, right? Major, minor, suspended, whatever. C, E, G, just like we talked about. Now, this is called a closed voiced triad. Very fancy words, right? All of that means is that all 3 of these notes are within 1 octave. Right, so listen to that sound. Like the notes sound close together. Right? And now, here's what we're going to do. Spread triad. Step 1, take a closed voiced triad. There's one. Take the middle note. That's this one, our E. And we're going to drop it down an octave. Or you could raise it up an octave, that works too. So the other 2 notes, we're going to keep them, and this E, we can put down an octave. Let's say there. Right? So listen to the difference in that sound, right? So this is a closed voiced triad, but listen to it, right? Oh, very important to always listen to this stuff. We don't want to just understand the theory of things. We want to always listen to it, right? This sounds close together, and this sounds spread out. Right? There's more space between the notes. Okay, so we can do this with any triad. Let's do another one. We'll do C up here. We'll stick with C. E, G, C, all within one octave. I'll take the middle note. In this case, it's a G. Drop it down an octave. All right, again, let's listen to them side by side. And okay, and we can do this with minor, and we'll do that later too. There's another one. Let's do this one. G, C, E. Take the middle note. It's this one. Drop it down an octave. We get this. All right, so listen to that difference. Closed voiced. Spread triads. Okay, so I was doing this shape here before, that first one that we did. That's kind of cool, but let's see if we move it over there. It's actually a lot easier to play. So you probably know this about a guitar, but we can play, you know, the same stuff in many, many positions. So there's actually a lot of different shapes if you really get into it, but I'm going to stick with maybe the 3 or 4 most common ones that we might use, and we're going to go from the 4th string, the 5th string, and the 6th string. So let's get into it. First, one we just did. So in all of these shapes up on the screen, wherever you see the red dot on the fretboard, that is the root note, right? So this shape is C, and this is my root note. So if I move this shape up here to a D, now it's D major, now it's E major, now it's F major, now it's G, now it's A flat, now it's A, right? Wherever this finger is, that's the major triad we have. That's an A, that's A major, okay? So, see, which we could also do like this. We just talked about that. Here's another one. And this one, which sometimes we might do like this. That's quite comfortable to play in that position. And then once we pass the 12th fret, everything repeats. We're back to the same shapes as down here. So there we go. Let's go to the 5th string. Here's one. Sometimes you might want to do this way, alternate version. And then alternate version, like that. And then, once we pass here, we're back to the first one again. And then the second one, let's see if I can do it. Let's go to the 6th string. This is probably the easier one. So let's do that one. And of course this one. And up here. And then here. And then we're back to the start. All right, let's go through the minor chord shapes. Same exact process, right? So if we take a C minor, there's one there, C, G, E flat this time. Closed voiced, all within an octave. Take the middle note, that's our G, drop it down there. Spread triad, closed voiced, spread. Okay, let's go through just the same way we did with the major triads. I'll do C minor for all my examples, but again, you can move them wherever you want. C minor. the start. See, there's an example where this shape here is probably easier than this shape. But up here, that one is easier. It's a little closer together and it's harder to get all that way up there. So sometimes it is good to have those multiple positions that we can play some of these chord voicings. Let's move on. Fifth string, we got this one. We got this one. And we got this one. And back to the start. Sixth string. There's one. Maybe might sometimes do it like that. This one up here, and this one. And then we're back to the start again. Okay, so first step is to get comfortable with these shapes. So I can play C up and C down, and then C minor, C minor. Get comfortable with these shapes, move them around, right? So if we get comfortable with playing C, can we play D? Do things like that. Then, that's step one. Step two, my next exercise for you is let's put a progression together. So at the beginning, I was using C and D minor. So let's try that. Here's my exercise. I'm going to play a C. I'm going to do this from the fourth string. And I'm just going to go up the neck. C, D minor, C, D minor, C, D minor. Right? So C, and I'm going to go up to the nearest D minor I can find. There's one right there. Then I'm just going to keep going up till I find a C. Then I'm going to find a D minor. Then I'm going to find a C. Then I'm going to find D minor. And you get the idea. C, D minor, C. Right? So can we move up the neck playing this progression? And then let's try going down. Something like that. Now, your job is, can you take that same exercise we just did and do it from the fifth string? Can you find C to D minor to C to D minor, so on and so on, and then can we do it from here, the sixth string? That's your exercise. Now, I'm going to give you one more context. We might use something like this. So let's say I have a chord progression. I'm going to say C, A minor, E minor to F. And I'm playing this and I think this sounds great. What else can I do with it? I'm playing this, I feel a bit stuck. I know that's good, but how can I develop this thought? Well, one thing that we can do, one of many, is what about different chord voicings? Why don't we play the same chords, different voicings? What voicings? Well, how about spread triads, since that's what we're talking about. So I'm going to keep my progression, C, A minor, E minor, F, but why don't I do C up here? To A minor, maybe there. E minor, F. Let's listen to that again. Pretty. Now, we don't always have to do these chord stabs. We can arpeggiate them and right, very nice. And all I did was play the same 4 chords in the same order, but we're moving the voicings around. Okay, spread triads. There you go. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know. Let me know. Do you like the sound of these chords? Do you use these chords? Do you have any ideas of ways you could use these chords? And also let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to cover. I'm trying to make a little more time now for videos like this. So if there's something you'd like me to talk about, let me know, and I'll catch you next time.